All right, 1:30. The purpose of this meeting is to have Brian describe to us what I describe as a terms sheet. Basic terms and conditions, basic terms of the proposed agreement with our ADO to port. Where Brian and I left it last week was that Brian would tell us the essential ingredients of it. We could have a brief discussion and then vote on it. Sound about right, Brian?
Yeah, okay. Crystal brought John up to speed on what happened roughly last week, or at least he has an idea of it, I think. And basically we have, in my mind, three key areas that we still need to come to consensus on, or at least come to decision on. In the agreement with the port, the 09 funds agreement, and that is the effective date, the termination date, and the term, as far as the amount of the award. Right. So I would, without belaboring this, I would make a motion to propose an effective date of April 1st, 2024 for the requested 09 economic development personnel funds to the Port of Ponderay County.
You want to do them individually?
I'm going to do them individually just to get it done.
All right, yeah, that sounds good to me. Or I'll second that, if that's a motion.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Nay. Motion carries. Next one, please.
We've accomplished the effective and the termination. And my third motion is a motion to propose the not to exceed per year amount of $140,000 for 09 economic development funds to the port, and those were for the personnel funds.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed say nay. Nay. One additional point that you didn't raise that I don't know if you intentionally left it out, but reporting frequency to the Board of County Commissioners.
I settled it bi-monthly.
Yeah, I think we were settled by bi-monthly. I was going on the ones that were highlighted that Dolly didn't fill in there, Robert, in the contract. They were highlighted in yellow.
I see. So I don't take Dolly's proposed contract as representative of a final agreement by the board.
Well, absolutely. Yeah.
So please, if you'd like to make a motion on that.
Sure. I would make a motion that the port provide the economic development updates to the commissioners in person bi-monthly.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. So I would ask you to amend your you made the motion. I would ask for one specific amendment to it, and it's not just to make reports, but to allow for discussion with port staff.
Well, I would think that would be implied that we would allow for discussion in those updates, Robert.
Okay.
Do I need to say that?
You can make that decision. I asked in good faith.
Okay.
I would hope it's just a conversation back and forth.
Yeah, and it doesn't hurt anything. Now we've got it in black and white.
Sure. Yeah, I'll amend the motion to have bi-monthly updates and discussion from the port concerning their economic development activities to the Board of Commissioners.
Second the amended motion.
We have an amended motion and a second to that amendment. Any discussion? So I will comment, I will vote against this. Transparency has been a watchword of this body and of mine, and I believe this fails to live up to our commitment to the people who have a right to know and to be fully informed, and I believe this fails that test. Any comments before we vote? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Nay. All right, so Dolly will incorporate these in a contract. They will go to the court. The court will review them and we'll move forward. Okay, very good. Thank you.
All right.
Does that
That's correct.
appear consistent? Okay. And then I will address some of the language around invoicing. As I understand, we're going to make a bulk or a one-time payment of the funds, the total funds. Is that what I understood?
You know, Dolly, if I know it's your meeting, may I ask my fellow commissioners a question though, just to make sure that my fellow commissioners
No,
and our
Go ahead. I just want to give you something that's
Okay.
very workable that, we can
Right.
make some hopefully small adjustments.
So I just want to be clear that Jeff and I had this conversation. How would you like it in the contract? Would you like it a standing agenda item that once a month Ted reports to us and allows questioning back and forth? Or do you want to make it on an as needed basis? I am whatever you want to do.
What are your thoughts, Robert? You know more about what goes on there than us.
Right, and I know the scope of the mission that they have. I would say that what I prefer for contract language is upon request by a majority of the commissioners, the TED shall report and engage in a question and answer on as much as a monthly basis.
No more than a monthly, but upon request.
Upon request. I mean, it can be monthly, it can be.
I'm fine with that. I feel like procedurally just having them come once a month, unless there's really something significant happening or some pertinent thing that we really need to know about, probably kind of a waste of their time and our time.
I think
That's how I feel about that. So that seems fine to me.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, to match the level of funding we're talking about here.
Yes.
Bi-monthly or quarterly for me. That way there's enough meat there for an update.
Right, but I mean, also, there is the other part of it is, I don't want to be a hypocrite, having said half an hour ago or an hour ago, regarding the other contract. I don't want to be seen as, but he blew it off.
Well, it's different bottom line.
They're not the same.
All right,
Yeah,
fair
They're
enough.
not the same.
Then Donnie, let's make it, on request up to monthly.
Okay, excellent. I can definitely do that. I'll have something to you probably a little bit later this afternoon after our call.
Great.
But that's the two main topics I wanted to cover today. Are there any topics the board would like to address?
Yeah, the commissioners have kind of agreed or voted in our preferred terms for the ADO contract. And then talked about the path forward there, which is really I'm presuming that you're getting those to Dolly, our decisions from today to Dolly, or are we just handwriting it in?
Brian, are you going to meet with Dolly again, or you wanted me to add that language to that contract?
I was assuming that you would add it to that and then send it back to Dolly for a final copy to go to the court.
Yeah,
And there are some other things in there as far as contact info and, little housekeeping things. And we can accomplish that as well, but I was assuming that you would do that, but I can do it as well.
Anyway, we've conceptually got a path forward here, and I would just like to see it going, but I wanted to prepare you for that, Dolly. I know some of it was just fill in the last few numbers and send it over is kind of what we're thinking.
Okay, yeah, no, that shouldn't be difficult.
So I need to ask this question. Is there any legal exposure from accepting requests for proposals, and in the proposals was a certain dollar amount, and then issuing a contract where the financial terms exceed what the amount of money on which the commissioners made their initial vote to designate an ADO?
No, I appreciate that. Typically, I don't give legal exposure advice. to the general public with the
There you go.
board.
Duly
But
noted.
happy to have an additional conversation with the board at the appropriate time.